And we're live. Hey guys, Dirt here, and I've got something kind of fun and funky to talk about today on our live stream. We're doing a review of something called App Dudes. Now let me just show you here real quick. It's behind me in the photo tent. App Dudes is a cell phone charger stand. And as you can see, what we have here is Iron Man. They make an Iron Man and they make a Captain America. And basically, you take your cell phone, you slide it inside, and it becomes the interactive face of the character that you're playing with, either Iron Man or Captain America. Now, in the name of full disclosure, this was sent to us for review by Toy Island. However, no one has paid for this review. All opinions are my own, and no one is reviewing this content before it goes online, obviously because this is live. So, let's hop back over in the tent and take a look here at Iron Man. And you can see what we have here is basically a big plastic shell, a big body that he comes in. And the box it's actually open. There's no plastic here. So you can just reach right in, touch him, get a feel for him. On the back here, you can just see the basic idea that it's got a slot in the back where you can hook up the charger in there and help you pull the thing in and out. Works Android and iPhone, although, sorry, Windows Phone users, you're not going to get much out of it. Alarm clock, tilting, random phrases, interactive phrases. Now, this says it works with, let me see if I can get this to show up here on the camera, compatible with iPhone 5, 5S, SE, 6, 6S, Samsung Galaxy S5, S6, and S6 Edge. Now, that's all it says. It does say you can go to the website and look to see if there are more compatible phones, but we'll talk about that here in a second. We do have an iPhone here. It's one of the smaller ones. It's also upside down. There we go. And basically, it becomes the face that works with your interactive character. So let's open this box real quick, and we'll pull our little buddy out here. And it does come with a little page of instructions just in case you need it. But, I mean, if you're watching this live stream, you can probably figure it out on your own. You've got a little cardboard Iron Man face there in case you want to, play with that somewhere else. I don't know. All right. Now, the iPhone is a bit smaller than some of the other phones. Now, I use an LG phone, bigger one. They were one of the first to come out with these big screen type phones, and I've been sticking with them for a couple hardware generations. This is not on the list as being a compatible phone. However, it is compatible. We'll talk about that in just a second. Now, the iPhone that you can see here, because it's a little bit smaller, they do include this accessory piece. And it's basically an extra little chin piece that you can put in. So when you slide in your phone, it doesn't drop all the way down. And when you go into the phone in the settings for when the screen comes up, you can actually change the screen size and play with the settings a little bit to get the best fit for your particular guy. However, the rest of this is just a plastic shell. So like this right here is not actually an interactive button. It doesn't do anything on the phone. That's just his repulsor thing, whatever. That's always in the middle of his chest. And you can see that there are some little details throughout. So it's not just a plain plastic shell. They have painted some details on there. And it does have little rubber grippy feet on there that help to hold it in place. So when this is sitting on your desk, it's not going to be knocking over it because it's top heavy or anything like that. It will hold pretty well. All right, so taking this little iPhone out, taking out this piece, if we can get a look right inside here, you can see there's a little piece of curved plastic. And this actually adds tension to your phone, pushing your phone forward up against the edge of the opening so that there's no dead space in between. All right, now let's talk about using my phone here for just a second. My phone has a little bit of a curve to it. I don't know if you can see that on here, but it's not flat. It's got a curve. So I wondered if it actually would be able to work in there, and it does. Press it through the tension. The tension's a little bit greater, I think, than it would be on one of the other phones. But otherwise, it can go right in. And when we start up the app, oh, well, there's my screen. Okay, there's the app. we've got full mode, sleep mode, and set alarm. So obviously set alarm, I think you understand. You would put a particular date and time if you wanted to have this maybe sitting next to you on the nightstand, or you had an appointment later in the day, you wanted to set an alarm. It would wake up at that particular time and say a message to you of what's going on. Sleep mode, only the alarm clock features are active. Iron Man will say a good night phrase, and the screen will go dim. So that's for nighttime. You put that on, it's not going to do anything else other than wake you up when the alarm comes on. The rest of the time, or the time when you're using full mode, it does this. So you see you have a cartoon face that's inside here. Now, this is Iron Man. Again, they also make a Captain America one. And it does have some interactive phrases. Now, I'm going to take off my headset here, move the microphone closer.
You happy now? You happy now? Okay, this is where I don't want to be.
So as you move him around, he'll say things like, hey, be careful with the merchandise. Hey, let's go over here, because you pick him up and move him around. When he's just sitting there, he'll say things like, I know how great a genius I am. Different things. You can see the heads-up display will show on the screen. So whenever you watch the movies and he's in there and he's looking around talking to Jarvis, you can see some of those things pop up on the animation. And sometimes the face mask will actually close down. And so you'll have the big yellow, like we see in this piece of artwork here, the big yellow face mask pops into place and covers it up. Now, honestly, this just looks neat. It's a little cumbersome if you're trying to reply to a text or read an email or something like that your phone would do. But for instance, I wear a smartwatch that connects to the phone, so I can actually see my notifications coming from the phone. I can reply to them on the watch. So in that type of situation, the fact that he's covered up here doesn't really cause a problem. I can still act and react to things on my phone because I've got the smartwatch available. So I can plug him in to let him charge, let it sit here with this screen. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, hey, he's not talking very much. Well, that's because in these settings, you can actually talk about how, put in a setting of how often you want him talking. Random phrases, speak every 30 seconds, speak every 5 minutes, how high you want the volume, adjusting the screen, all of those things are available to you here. So if you want him to talk a lot because you really want an interactive Tony Stark, sitting here bugging you all the time, you can have it so it's basically talking nonstop. I've set it so that it only speaks every few minutes. So if I just have it sitting there on my shelf, it's really not going to be distracting. It's not going to get in the way of anything, but it'll still make noise. It'll still talk every so often. It'll still do a little joke, a little quip, something kind of neat and funny. What stands out to me, though, is how good the animation looks on this. I'm really kind of impressed at how well the face is animated, how it's constantly moving and looking around, like it's thinking. It looks well animated, like an animated cartoon, and I think that's really a nice feature of it. It looks engaging. It looks fun. It looks like something you want to touch and play with, and it makes it, as a toy, as an interactive toy, it adds, a certain level of immersion into it with the way it acts and it speaks. Now, as far as the shell goes, there's not much to it. The arms don't move. Yeah, the arms don't move. The feet don't move. None of this stuff actually does anything. It's just there to make it look cooler. It really is built with the idea of being a stand, a charger. Like it just sits on your shelf and maybe you interact with it, maybe you don't, but it's just going to be there for doing that stuff. But overall, I think it is a really neat product. Now, these are available on Amazon. They run about $20, which may seem a little high for a cell phone stand charger, but the fact that it is interactive, the fact that it can do some extra things, I think really adds to the value of it, and really makes it for a super fun toy. Now, of course, the only problem that you have to deal with is these are Marvel characters. Where's Superman? Where's Batman? Come on. These are the characters that people want. All right, whatever. Let's not get into that fanboyism. But anyway, neat toy. And I want to thank Toy Island for sending it to us so we could check it out here today on the live stream. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. And I'll see you next time.